was the very first person to be called on in our very first torts class. It was incredibly scary, and I knew that I was in a room with the smartest people I've ever met.
First time I was cold called on, I think that that's the moment where you kind of realize all of your hard work is paying off and you can do it.
Thinking about our time here at AJMLS, I think that one thing that a lot of students can say really shaped their experience during law school was when we had to do oral arguments on an appeals case during our first year. That was a really good way for students to kind of figure out, understand, and experience what it is to argue something verbally versus structuring an argument on paper. And sometimes your strengths lie in your ability to verbally argue something against an opponent before judges, or you're better at structuring that argument on paper. And I know I can say for myself that structuring it on paper was not great for me. But then I really, pulled it out for the oral argument, ended up winning my oral argument. So that kind of taught me that my skills laid more with how I can speak about something than how I can put it down and format it and structure it on paper. But it also told me there's a jumping off point for what to improve on from.
Do the reading, and take classes with the hardest professors, including Vendetta.
Make sure you study. You should really be studying all the time, especially for finals. I would say that the more that you put in, the more you'll get out of it.
Something that I heard a lot during our first year was people talking about how they didn't necessarily have to study or really know the reading material before class. They didn't have to necessarily understand it because their professors in undergrad would take the beginning of class time to talk about what was in the reading and explain it. In law school, you need to be forming those thoughts for yourself while you're doing the reading so that when you come into class, you can be an active participant in the conversation about whatever the material is that was assigned to you. They're not going to dumb it down for you. They're not going to explain it for you. So if you didn't read it, ooh, good luck. But if you did read it, have some thoughts on it when you come into class. And even if your thought might not be what the group thinks, at least you're forming your own opinions on this. Because the motto in law school is, it depends. So it depends on what your opinion was of that reading.